Hello, welcome back to Book Club, where we are reading Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. In the last chapter, some women talked about which man they preferred, Darcy or Bingley, Bingley or Darcy, Darcy or Bingley. Really, this is the eternal question. And now, fair watcher, we return you to Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. So...
Within a short, though perilous walk of Longbourn, lived a family with whom the Bennets were particularly intimate. Sir William Lucas had been formerly a maker of fine burial gowns of such stately beauty that the king had seen fit to knight him. He had made a tolerable fortune until the strange plague had rendered his services unnecessary. Few thought it worth the expense to dress the dead in finery when they would only soil it upon crawling out of their graves. He had removed with his family to a house about a mile from Meryton. Lady Lucas was a very good kind of woman, not too clever to be a valuable neighbour to Mrs. Bennet. They had several children, the eldest of them, a sensible, intelligent young woman, about 27, was Elizabeth's intimate friend.
"You began the evening well, Charlotte,"
said Mrs. Bennet with civil self-command to Miss Lucas.
"You were Mr. Bingley's first choice." "Yes, but he seemed to like his second better." "Oh, you mean Jane. I suppose because he danced with her twice, and because she fought so valiantly against the unmentionables." "Did I not mention what I heard between him and Mr. Robinson? Mr. Robinson's asking Mr. Bingley how he liked our Meryton assemblies, and whether he did not think there were many pretty women in the room, and which he thought the prettiest, and his answering immediately to the last question, 'Oh, the eldest Miss Bennet, beyond a doubt. There cannot be two opinions on that point.' Upon my word! Well, that is very decided indeed. Mr. Darcy is not so well worth listening to as his friend, is he?"
said Charlotte.
"Poor Eliza, to be called only tolerable. I beg you will not put it into Lizzie's head to be vexed by his ill treatment, for he is such a disagreeable man that it would be quite a misfortune to be liked by him. Miss Long told me last night."
Mrs. Bennet's voice failed her at the thought of poor Mrs. Long. Her skull crushed betwixt the teeth of those wretched creatures. The lady sat in silent contemplation for a few moments.
"Miss Bingley told me,"
said Jane finally,
"that he never speaks much unless among his intimate acquaintances. With them he is remarkably agreeable. His pride," said Miss Lucas, "does not offend me so much as pride often does, because there is an excuse for it. One cannot wonder how that so very a fine young man, with family, fortune, everything in his favour, should think highly of himself. If I may so express, it has a right to be proud." "That is very true,"
replied Elizabeth.
"and I could easily forgive his pride if he had not mortified mine. I dare say I would have cut his throat out had he not the unmentionables distracted me from doing so." "Pride,"
observed Mary, who piped herself upon the solidity of her reflections,
"is a very common failing. I believe, by all that I have ever read, I am convinced that it is very common indeed."
Elizabeth could not help but roll her eyes as Mary continued.
"Vanity and pride are different things, though the words are often used synonymously. A person may be proud without being vain. Pride relates more to our opinion of ourselves, vanity to what we would have others think of us."
At this point, Elizabeth let out a most palpable yawn. Yawn. Though she admired Mary's bravery in battle, she had always found her a trifle dull in relaxed company.
"I find her a trifle dull."
Hello, Book Club is created by book lovers for book lovers. If you are one of those book lovers, then please like, share, subscribe, hit the notifications bell and all that YouTube-y jazz that you're meant to do. And of course, in the comments below, let us know what book you would like us to do our gobbledygook to. And maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't, but we probably will. So, Biggles out.